Move while locking on. Simple enough. Okay. So now we are heading to the Tech lab, which is up this way. To meet Robbie. And they're probably going to force me to light all the blue flame lanterns again. It's my guess. There it is, up ahead. Hello? Why? Why did you put a full guardian between me and the tech lab? It was very rude. You don't see me. I'm being very sneaky, and by sneaky I mean fast. Please no more guardians. It would make me unhappy. Like, I bet there's great loot if you can kill the guardians. I just don't trust that I can kill the guardians. Any loot? Yes, apparently. Ancient gear. Ancient screw. I really shouldn't use bombs to open those because you lose everything you're trying to find. It didn't fly too far. Nope. Get around, Link. Ooh, is that a shrine out there? Yes, it is. Oh, that's another one of those mazes. That wasn't too bad last time. I could probably do it again. Alright. It's... Hey you, what are you doing here? Hmm. Your eyes are... Wow. Are you the one called Link? Yes. That's too bad. If you were the legendary Link, you would be something important. There would be something important I'd need to tell you. But how can I determine with full certainty whether or not you are the true hero? Yes, how indeed, yes. If you can show me the wounds on your body suffered 100 years ago, that should prove you are truly Link. Okay. You're pretty suspicious. If you are an acquaintance of Robbie's, you'll have to prove it to him. Can't read books. Robbie's memoirs. Let me start from the beginning. It was 100 years ago. Calamity Ganon had already swallowed Princess Zelda. Dr. Pura and I had already taken Link to the Shrine of Resurrection and left him to recover. Dr. Pura and I departed for Kakariko Village, where we left Lady Impa. I'm back. How much did you get done? Welcome back, Doctor. Not much. So we unlocked the next divine beast, but I chose not to take care of it because I'm reaching towards the end of my stream and I wanted to give as much time as I need. So then I decided to head north to go to Akala to find Robbie. And so that's what we're doing, is we're currently in the Akala Tech Lab, where Robbie wants us to prove that we're Link. So kind of just a bit more wandering, rather than directly focusing on anything specific. Dr. Pura and I departed for Kakariko Village, where we left Lady Impa. All three of us couldn't stay together, of course. We couldn't risk Calamity Ganon getting all of us in one strike. If that had happened, there'd be no one left to deliver Princess Zelda's message to Link when he recovered and woke up. We had to ensure at least one of us would be able to talk to him. So Dr. Pura and I set out to survive as long as we could. We were lucky. We found large amounts of ancient energy in the Necluda and Akala regions. We could continue our research. Just as we had in Hyrule Castle, we could again set ourselves to finding some way to seal Calamity Ganon away. We decided who would go where in the only fair way. Rock, paper, scissors. I set out for Akala soon after. I was all set to go to Akala, but first I decided to go with Dr. Pura to the ancient energy source in Necluda. Actually, that implies I had any choice. Dr. Pura laid on a pretty heavy guilt trip when I suggested her going alone. In a world as dangerous as ours, are you seriously asking me to travel alone? She's so darn pushy. Anyway, Dr. Pura promised Lady Impa that they'd meet again someday. Then she and I set up from Kakariko Village. But not before loading a cart with the guidance stone Dr. Pura had been using at Hyrule Castle. We traveled for some time, south of the Pillars of Levia, across Lake Ciela, and through the Blatchery Plains. Then we came upon Fort Hateno. Link had battled an army of guardians there, and it was where he'd been defeated. A master swordsman such as Link, who'd impressed King Rome enough to be made Princess Zelda's personal knight. Well, even someone like that has their limits. I'm sorry, Link. I spent so much of my life researching the Guardians. Even with all my knowledge, I wasn't able to give you the weapons or power you need to succeed. Those are my thoughts as I looked upon the broken husks of the Guardians strewn around Fort Hateno. Lost in my thoughts, I didn't notice that Dr. Pura had slipped away. I knew Hateno Village wasn't much further along the road, and that the Calamity had barely touched that area, so I felt safe letting her continue on her own. We parted ways without even saying goodbye, I suppose. Stirring myself back into action, I set out on my own journey back towards Kakariko Village. With Dr. Pura escorted safely to Hateno Village, it was time for me to head to my new home in Akala. I returned to Kakariko Village to collect the remaining guidance stone, then I immediately set out for Akala. I made my way through the Lanayru wetlands and headed towards Ternio Trail. I knew that once I crossed the Akala span, I would officially be in Akala. The autumn leaves brought some joy to my spirit as I crossed the Shadow Pass, then headed north from Ordorak Quarry. Akala is known for its long stretches of nothing. I'd set out hoping that would still be the case. I was attacked by a guardian here and there as I went, but remember, I'd spent my life studying them. Dispatching them individually was no challenge at all. Man, I think Robbie should be the new champion. If he can just dispatch guardians without question. In time, I reached the lighthouse in Akala. What a perfect place to keep an eye on the monsters out there. I unloaded my guidance stone and settled in my new home. And so began my life of solitary research. I knew I had to continue the research the ancient soldier gear for Link. He could wake at any time. I quickly settled on a routine. First, I would carry the blue flame from Tumlea Heights. Next, I would melt the ancient materials, refine the results, and then shape it into ancient soldier gear. It's difficult to say how much progress I made on my research. The routine demanded so much focus day after day. But then I had a clever thought. I realized I could automate the entire refinement process. It took some significant work, but I was able to successfully remodel the guidance stone. Thanks to my effort, it can refine any ancient material inserted into it and offer something in return. I named this machine Cherry, after the first girl I ever loved. My research didn't end with the creation of Cherry, not at all. I realized that if she was able to refine the ancient materials, there was no reason she couldn't also manufacture ancient soldier gear, too. Anyone could make ancient equipment. I also decided then that I wanted to be able to give her a voice so that she could speak. I was filled with ambition then, but it was no easy task to make my dreams a reality. Automating the manufacturing process was extremely difficult. It took me decades to figure it out. See you, Doctor. It took me decades to figure it out. I'll spare you the details of all the things that went wrong. But I will say it was complex enough that I had to put my desires to remodel Cherry on the back burner for a while. Days and months came and went. Before I realized it, I'd reached the ripe age of 90. I would have been lost in my work even then, but around that time a young woman named Sharon arrived. She'd first trained with Dr. Pura, then Lady Impa had sent her to aid me. She quickly proved herself quite capable. She carried the blue flame from Tumalea Heights and even reworked and improved my designs for Cherry. The very fact that she had trekked all the way from Kakariko Village alone proved she was no ordinary girl. Her intellect, her spirit, in hindsight, isn't any surprise that we eventually ended up married. Thanks to Jaren's redesign, Cherry was soon crafting ancient soldier gear perfectly and speaking beautifully. She spoke better than any machine I'd ever heard. It would have been hard to tell she wasn't a native Hylian. If I said good morning, she'd respond with a sweet, "Good morning, Robbie." And she was helpful. "Cherry, where'd I leave my book?" "It's the third book from the right on the second shelf, Robbie." She also knew to ask if she needed something. "Robbie, could you increase the furnace heat a bit?" I'd always go personally to fetch more blue frame from Tumalea Heights. I didn't realize our interactions hurt someone. That someone was Jaren. Perhaps it was due to her namesake, but my exchanges with Cherry hurt Jaren. Despite the fact that she knew Cherry was only a machine, she still felt uneasy with my interactions with her. She was in tears when she told me. She knew it made little sense, and yet she couldn't help how she felt. I was devastated. I hadn't even realized the pain I was causing. Although Jaren had designed Cherry, she was now being hurt by her own creation. We agreed to restore Cherry to her original mechanical way of speaking. I took it upon myself to make the changes. From then on, I was careful not to refer to her as Cherry. Doing so would anger my wife. Instead, I called her Ancient Oven. Ouch. Sometime later, Jaren gave birth to a baby boy, a beautiful young one who bore all the features of his mother. We decided to name him Grante, and together we passed the time as a happy family at Akala Ancient Tech Lab. It was unfortunately only a temporary peace. Princess Zelda did her best to contain Calamity Ganon. Around the time Grante turned 3, a letter from Dr. Pura arrived. It was a shock to receive it. The last time she'd written, it was to talk about an assistant from Kakariko Village, whom she felt was useless. She was writing now to let me know she'd completed research on powering up the runes, like stasis. Hearing this reinvigorated my interest in researching ancient soldier gear. Wow, this guy wrote a ton. Grante grew fast, and it wasn't long before he towered over me. He loved to carry blue flame from Tumalea Heights, calling it a chance to train his body. I could see the curiosity in his eyes, and so I encouraged him to travel the world and see as much as he could. He'd always been independent, but I was still surprised when, the very day I told him to travel, he left. Writing about Grante's training reminds me. A few days before he left, I thought it might be a good idea to have Grante study with Dr. Pura. I wrote to her to ask what she thought of such an idea, and she sent a letter that simply said, "Don't send anyone here." I wonder what happened to make her say such a thing. It's probably that she accidentally turned herself into a child. And she is embarrassed for anyone to see that. Alright, so Robbie wants me to prove I have the scars. And I'm wondering, does that mean he just wants me to strip in front of him? Which seems weird. Okay. Is there anything I can do up here? We'll get back to Robbie soon. None of these doors appear to be able to be opened. Whoa, nearly fell through that gap there. No! Alright, try again. Let me go up here. Anything of interest? No. Big waste of time. Oh, we can get on top up here. Oh, does he also have a relaxation spot at the top? Ah, of course he does. Examine. You found me. Bye-bye. Alright. Let's go back in and talk to Robbie. Puff. That's too bad. If you were the legendary Link, there would be something important I need to tell you. But how can I determine with full certainty whether or not you are the true hero? Yes, how indeed, Yes, if you can show me the wounds on your body suffered 100 years ago, that should prove you are truly Link. Alright. Let's give this a shot. Yes, the number of scars on your body, just as I remember. Do you have scars? Not that I can really see from here. Most seem to have healed, but they do line up with the scars I know you got during the Great Calamity 100 years ago. I mean, you knew Link 100 years ago. You knew what he looked like. This is Link. I don't know why you needed him to take off his shirt. Yes, I acknowledge you as the real Link. So let us begin again. I'm the lead guardian researcher and director of the Akala Ancient Tech Lab. Dr. Robbie! In any case, I really am impressed that you made it all the way out to this rather remote location. Did you, perchance, meet Pyrrha and borrow her power? I met a child, or who's Pyrrha? Really, Link? Really? Where's the just simple yes? I met a child. Pyrrha? A child? What? She really has a kid? Or do you mean that Pyrrha aged backwards and she is now a child? Pyrrha got younger. Are you certain? So she's as crazy as ever. Okie doke. Knowing her, I'm guessing she screwed up some experiment. Yes, typical. Let's return to the subject at hand, Did you know that Calamity is regaining its power? I know. I see. Then I don't need to tell you my story, Tell me, unless it's exactly what I read in your book. Yes, I see. In that case, the goal of our Sheikah Research Lab is simple, really. We aim to destroy the calamity that has endured across time. To rid Hyrule of the dark influence, and above all, to rescue Princess Zelda, who is now a prisoner of the calamity. We've worked ourselves to the bone conducting our research. For a time, I feared I'd pass before we could prevail. However, you, Link, managed to awaken before this old sack of flesh gave out. That means the time is now. Yes. Now is the time to join forces with us, Sheikah, yes? We must destroy the calamity. How are you generating electric guitar and cheering sounds? Just by posing. Let's do it. Yes, that is correct. You and I are going to join forces and put an end to the calamity. And on that note, sorry for the long preamble, but I'd like you to provide you with some ancient soldier gear. Did you catch all that? Cherry, the ancient oven, creates ancient soldier gear, but I fear she's out of sorts at the moment. I'm afraid someone will have to bring the blue flame from the ancient furnace again. Well, it's currently raining, so yeah. And Link, put your shirt back on. Also, the fact that I'm wearing Link's champion tunic given to him by Impa should also have been enough of a clue, but sure. I guess. Drop that, pick up the torch. Open the door. Oh, there's still a guardian down there. Let's see if I can figure out how to defeat a guardian. That sounds like a fun task. We'll grab my super weapon. You don't see me. You still don't see me. Good. What's your health at? Okay, this is working. Apparently it is stuck in place, and so every time I hit it, it just fires out there, which I'm okay with. Okay, not nearly as terrifying as I feared it would be. Also, probably doesn't count as defeating a guardian. Alright. Well, let's pull the torch back out. So the blue flame comes from somewhere. I guess down here? Assuming I'm on the correct quest. Yes. Not that far down here. I will probably need to defeat these guys. Let's grab you. Alright, I'm just gonna go down and fight. Because that would have taken forever. Yeah. That's definitely the way to handle it. Alright, so the blue flame is down here somewhere? No, it's up there. Ugh. Well, we've got various lanterns dotted about. There's another lantern here. So I'll just get rid of this guy so he doesn't bother me. Another good dodge. Well done, me. There are enemies in here. Ow. Nope. Lock on to the scary one. Alright, you're taken care of. Okay. Dragonbone Boko Shield. Knight's Bow. I've got lots of those already. There's an enemy back there. Looks like it's going to be another one of these guys I've already defeated a bunch of. Yeah. There we go. So Robbie's kid regularly made this hike to fight all these guys. I will admit to being a bit impressed. let's use that. So there's a lot of scary enemies on this hike that he apparently wandered past regularly. Okay. Another one down. Getting close. Two more of these guys. Don't really want to face two of them at the same time. Broadsword's really damaged, not ideal. Alright, and you. Another broadsword. Fantastic. Alright. Blue flame should be right up here, and it is. So let's switch back to the torch. Good. I'm assuming, like the other area, there isn't any benefit to making sure the blue flame is in every lantern. I don't need to put it everywhere. They're just there in case I get attacked or whatever. Have to put the torch away. Then I don't have to run all the way back. Like this. Alright, the rain only lasts for a bit more time. Anything I can do that's worthwhile while I wait? Anything interesting up here? Obvious Korok spots. No? More enemies. Okay. About halfway through the rain. There we go. Good dodge. Okay. Oh, I need you, lizard. And you're gone now. But I do need more of those hightail lizards for one of the gear I wanted to upgrade. Well, I think that's basically everything up here. Nothing terribly interesting. And this was the last lantern I lit. Just gotta wait for the rain to go out. Or finish. Someday. What fun content. Come on, rain. What's that? That's... okay, not far. Was that the one that was inside of the maze area? Or is that just another shrine? Can't really tell from here. Anything of interest here? Nope. Alright, we are almost out of the rain. We are now technically in clouds. Please stop, rain. Please, I want to carry on with the quest. There we go. And no rain on the foreseeable future. Was it this way? I really wish I had the map available to me. Poor planning all around. Okay. We need to cross this area. Which means I'm probably going to get into a fight with him. There we are. It's possible I can just run past him, but I doubt it. Ooh, more mining spots, which doesn't help me. Alright, there's another lantern spot. Where am I going? I don't know how I'm... like, what even is the path to go back up? You don't need to fight me. We're all friends here. We're all friends here. Yeah, I think this is the correct path. It's very roundabout. See another lantern spot up ahead. That's good. Oh, I didn't even see this one. So can I sprint? No. So I've got to do Link's slow walk the entire way. Awesome. Nope, move Link. Good. No, no, no. We're all friends here. I said it, so it must be true. I'm not seeing another lantern. Did I go the wrong way somewhere? I would really like to light up another spot before I get attacked suddenly. Because I assume if I get hit, the flame goes out. Okay. Just let me get to here. No, no, no. No, no, no. There we go. Fantastic. Exactly as planned. Whoa, okay.
It is my pleasure.
Did you see how far Link slid? Alright. Link needs a faster weapon than that. Let's go with the spear. I'm not dodging, I'm just attacking, and I should be dodging. No! Oh, I don't want to deal with any of them. The Yiga guy alone is challenging enough. Like, dealing with this nonsense at the same time is not ideal. There. Now your weapon. Wind Cleaver. Sword favored by the high-ranking members of the Yiga. When wielded by a proficient fighter, its unique shape cleaves the very wind and creates a vacuum. Alright. Annoying, but now it's taken care of. Grab various moblin bits. Don't want your arms or whatever. I think I have room. Nope, I can't hold any more weapons. Perfect. Is that Blood Moon? Is that what I'm seeing over there? Kind of looks like it. Let's carry on with our quest. There you go. Akala Ancient Tech Lab has been added to your map as a travel gate. All right, Robbie. You, Link, listen up, My darling Cherry is back to normal. Gee, such is the power of love. My love made Cherry well again. The furnace is lit. Oh, well, thank you. Yes, quite. Now then, please take this as a gift of my gratitude now that Cherry is fixed. 3 more ancient arrows. So now I have 4 of them, which means I can feel more willing to use them. A bundle of 3 ancient arrows. Daggers created using ancient technology have been repurposed for use as arrows. Extremely effective against guardians. They're made using secret Sheikah technology. With the addition of my upgrades, they have morphed into anti-calamity weapons, so to speak. Needless to say, they are incredibly powerful type of ancient soldier gear. I like to call them ancient arrows. In addition to ancient arrows, Cherry can make all kinds of ancient soldier gear. If you're looking to acquire some, give your ancient materials and rupees to Cherry. Rupees? Did you hear that? Forgive me, Link. But ever since the fall of Hyrule Castle, we haven't had much in the way of funds for our research. That's why I thought you might be willing to help us out. With rupees, lots of them, I beg of you! Then let's do it, The 2 of us. As soon as possible. Yes, let's. Conquer the calamity, Alright, Cherry. What's your story? Hello, familiar name missing. Welcome. Insert materials and rupees. Receive ancient equipment in exchange. Screws, ancient shafts, and normal arrows. And a ton of rupees will create an ancient arrow. So ancient screws and ancient shafts. Well, ancient screws are pretty common. Ancient shafts are apparently not. But I could make 4 more of these. Oh. No, so it's I don't think the price is changing. Actually, replacing ancient screws for ancient springs doesn't change much. The ancient shafts are still the problem. Ancient short sword. Takes more shafts than I have and both of my cores, but it could create a pretty good sword. Ancient shields. I could actually just create this right now. Ancient blade saw. Wow. There's a weapon. Ancient spear. Ancient bow. So the problem I have with these ancient gear is that they have durability, which means I can spend a fortune to have something cool that's just going to go away. Ancient gear. Now there's something that could be potentially good. It's not terribly powerful, but resisting guardians sounds useful. That's probably what I'm going to save up for. But I would need a ton more ancient cores. And other stuff, which means probably I need to actually hunt down guardians to get the material to make these. Which is rough. We've got more than enough screws and springs. I just need a ton more ancient gears and a ton of ancient cores. And a stupid amount of rupees. Alright. Thanks for your time. Come again. Whop, familiar name missing. Alright, do you have anything to say, Jaren? You saw me before I had a chance to put my face on. Ugh, how embarrassing. Alright, I guess that's everything here with Robbie's research. So, yeah. We've got a bit more to do back at the Rito village. Baked apple would be easy. And flint I have now. But yes, I think next time, we're going to end here, but I think next time we will take on the Divine Beast Va Madeo and see about that. I hope you all enjoyed watching, that you've enjoyed this stream, and look forward to next week when we continue on.